What's up, guys? We are back. Fitness Profit Multiplier, Anthony and Jimmy. Today, we're going to be discussing hire for the personality, train for the fill in the blank. What does that mean? I was talking to a gym owner the other day, and he needs staff. So he was looking at someone, interviewed someone who had double masters, all these accolades in nutrition and training, and on paper, probably one of the trainers that you all want in your facility. Issue was this person was a wet mop. So he asked my opinion. What do? I really don't get along with this guy too well. He has all the accolades. I think he'd be good in my facility, but he seems kind of cocky and arrogant. And my advice, ditch him. There is no reason, if your gym is set up correctly and your gym is, if you're a small group personal training facility listening to this and you have all of the systems lined up and everything, anybody should be able to go in there and run the session. You don't need top tier trainers in there to run the sessions. What you do need is a top tier personality in there to keep your clients engaged. So don't hire for the personality. Hire for the personality. Don't hire for the skills.
Exactly. There's been times, plenty of times, where you hire people that have degrees and they work out, right? Or you hire people that have degrees and they don't work out. Maybe advanced degrees, maybe 20 years of experience, right? Whatever it may be. You hire them and realize that either, like Anthony said, they have an ego associated with their accolades from being in the industry for as long as they have been, right? So they have this, this ego that gets in the way of your system, and they want to change your system, and they want to run their own show, and they don't think you're doing it right. Well, if that was the case, they would have their own gym, and they don't. So they're not a fit, right? On the flip side, you may be worried about hiring somebody that doesn't have any experience at all, right? They have no training skills whatsoever. They have no certification, nothing. But you had a good experience with them when you got coffee at the coffee stand down the road. So you had a great experience. It was great customer service, and they're just making coffee. That may be your next best hire for either an administrative position or even a coaching position, because it's about how they make your customers feel. You probably went to school. You probably built your own system around your business. Or if you're a franchise, you use a franchise-based system. The system is built. It's there. They don't need to be a master's degree in kinesiology or have some alphabet soup behind their name for your customers to feel as if they're being taken care of. What they do need to be is the one thing you can't teach, which is a charismatic, good person that is coachable, that doesn't have an ego, and is hungry and passionate about helping other people achieve their fitness goals. That is what you need. And it does not matter if they have a degree or they don't. It doesn't even matter if they're certified when they start at your facility, right? What matters is that they're just a good person, and they're not going to challenge your system or challenge you on the way you do it. So one of the big rules at our facility is when we go over new hire paperwork, we say, we operate by the way we do it here approach. I don't care what you've learned outside of here. I don't care what you think about how we're supposed to do these things. We can have open discussions about these things if you think things can be improved. But ultimately, this is a dictatorship and not a democracy. And ultimately, the decisions are made for a multitude of reasons that you may not understand as an employee. But we can talk about those decisions if you have concerns in regards to them and you're not aligned with the vision. But as long as you're aligned with the vision and you run the play, you will do well here. And that's a almost verbatim conversation that I have with new hires, because you have to have that conversation with people so that the expectations are set and it allows you to then hire anybody.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I prefer to hire with no skills as far as like training. Like 3 of my best trainers were uncertified when they came to us, but it's because they were great people. And that's what makes a great trainer, is having great people. And you have to be on the lookout for great people anywhere. You know, if you're at a restaurant, if you're out somewhere, or you're at whatever, you know, and you notice someone who has a great personality, they're making you feel like at home and whatever, that's someone that you want to work in your facility. So let's just say you're at Starbucks. I'm using Starbucks as an example here. You're at Starbucks and the barista's amazing. Like, you're like, wow, this guy's really friendly, or girl's really friendly, and blah, blah, blah. Maybe you talk to them and say, hey, are you interested in possibly having another gig? You know, and coming in and being an instructor and helping, blah, blah, blah. I noticed that people get a little bit intimidated when you ask for like a personal trainer to be a personal trainer. They get intimidated, I think, because they think they need to like look the part. But that's a whole nother story. But you should always be looking for someone with the right personality, because the right personality, someone who's friendly, outgoing, someone who kind of talks to everybody, you can mold them into the perfect person, because your system should be so simple that anybody could jump in and do it. And that's the goal, is anybody should be able to go into your gym, pick up the training format, and go about the session, right? Like, your system should be able to do that. And if they can, then all you have to do to fill the box is have someone who's great and engaging.
Yep.
Because sometimes the people with the alphabet soup after their name aren't the most engaging people, because they think they know everything. And almost I feel like they're past the point of being a good trainer, because now they know it. They've heard, you know, they've heard all these things before. How do I lose fat? I can't lose this area. How do I squat like this? Like, they've heard it so many times that they're almost numb to the question, and they don't bring that level of enthusiasm. You know, this kind of reminds me of, like, you know, when you go to a basketball game and it's like your first time at the basketball game and you're so excited to see like a player on the on the court, and then you kind of meet him and they're just like kind of like, like they kind of have like no oomph, and they're not as excited as you are that they're there. That's the kind of thing. And you want someone who's always going to be excited. And usually when someone's new and fresh, like, think about it in your career as a personal trainer. When were you the most excited about the training portion of it? In the beginning, right? So it's almost like if you can duplicate that every single time with every employee, think about the business that you're going to grow.
Yeah. And one thing on that is that these people, one of the best hires that you can make, right? And granted, we have people with advanced degrees on our staff. We have people that just went through our system and then got certified through a national organization. We have a mix, right? So I'm not saying that somebody with a degree can't be good. They can be, but you're hiring for personality fit, right? You're hiring for personality fit no matter what. Maybe somebody with a degree can be trained easier and more quickly. But one of the best types of people to bring on is either somebody who's been through your system and has had amazing results, or somebody who has had amazing results on their own and is now passionate about bringing that to other people's lives because of what they experience on their own. So if somebody experienced something on their own, or somebody wants to learn more for selfish reasons, that's not enough. It has to be somebody that has had a wow moment, as we say in our facility, create a wow moment in your sessions, right? Has had a wow moment in their own fitness journey that is like, this makes me feel so confident and so empowered now that I've lost 30 pounds and I'm gaining strength and I'm happier about who I am and my physique and all these things. They're so happy about it that they can't help but have this infectious energy about bringing that to other people and helping other people do that. Because that infectious energy is what keeps people in your facility and keeps them coming back. It's that's one of the huge keys to doing it. Because some people that have degrees, some people that have advanced education still have that passion because they're passionate about the X's and O's and the anatomy and how the body works and all these kinds of things. They're scientists about it, which is where I came from, but mind you, my original motivation for it was because I had success in a sport because I strength trained for it. That was where the passion came from. Then I nerded out on the science, and I have a couple of staff members that nerd out on the science as well. But your trainer doesn't have to nerd out on the science to be a great trainer. How many trainers out there don't understand where certain muscles insert on certain bones and don't understand the actions of certain muscles? They may not understand those actions, but that's okay because your clients are not in your facility to get an anatomy lesson, right? As often as I give clients anatomy lessons when I'm walking through the gym talking to members, they're not there for that necessarily. They're there for an experience where they feel good afterward and an experience that makes them feel like your gym is the third place in their life. They have work, they have home, they have third place. And the last thing we want for our clients is for third place to be the bar. Because for a lot of people, third place is the bar, third place is the restaurant, third place are these other things, which are good services. Don't get me wrong, but they're not healthy for you. We're a third place that is healthy for people and gives them confidence, energy, and health. And if your trainers are passionate about giving people that, that's the most important thing in a hire.
Exactly. 100%. So guys, hire for the personality, train for the skills. And if you guys want to continue this episode offline, you could visit us in the links below and you could join us on Facebook and continue the conversation there. You could pick up some of our free trainings. But until next time, Anthony and Jimmy, Fitness Profit Multiplier, we are out.